Bitcoin, please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't ever say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novokrat say we have bottomed out, Novokrat is bullish. Bottomed out, don't ever rise is bearish.
Bearish positive 13 times there.
Novokrat is bullish.
Bitcoin could be at 40,000.
Let us go to moon.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome everyone to today's cryptocurrency price prediction and technical analysis live stream. Bitcoin is for the past few days really being volatile. We have gotten quite a major push towards the upside, followed by quite a significant rejection back down, and right now also for the past few days we are experiencing some kind of a bounce back towards the upside. And that is why today I really want to talk about what is right now going to be the next most likely scenario. The situation right now in the entire world is definitely very, very interesting, and that is why it can definitely also impact the Bitcoin price in the upcoming week. That is why today I want to share with you not only a bullish scenario, what are going to be our higher targets, but also I really want to talk about the bearish scenario, what are going to be the exact price targets, how does the bearish Elliott wave count actually looks like, and also today I want to talk about not only one, not two, not three, but actually 5 different liquidity levels, not only below the recent lows, but actually also exactly above the recent highs. So I really do think today's cryptocurrency live stream right here is going to be a very interesting one. Hopefully my screen right here is not being black. If everything is right and working, I would definitely very much appreciate the feedback in the comments before I start doing my technical analysis right here, because of course ideally I would really like you to not only hear me but also for you to be able to see the screen. So yeah, it does look like that everything is right now working beautifully. Of course, welcome everyone that is right now joining today's cryptocurrency live stream. I really do hope you're having an amazing day. Yeah, of course, according to different news sources, some parts of the world are not doing as great as they were before. And I really do hope, of course, everyone is going to come out of this situation. I mean, hopefully the thing is not going to some kind of escalate. But the thing is, if we are right now going to talk about Bitcoin, even though the news, of course, can impact the price, I do think we can be prepared for that. And of course, also make clearly the exact plan that we are probably going to then execute on. So with it being said, in the sauna watching this, bro, I mean, very, very interesting. But yeah, let's go right now straight into the charts. Let's talk about what can right now happen with Bitcoin in the upcoming days, in the upcoming hours. So as you probably know, we have been trading at this specific area right now for quite a long time. Like, Bitcoin has gotten a beautiful bounce right here. As you probably know, we were longing exactly at this specific area. I made almost a perfect call before Bitcoin got a bounce towards the upside. So our plan was longing approximately this specific area on the break of the trend line. We took the liquidity below the recent low. This specific long trade was actually a beautiful one. I only hit, I think, 1 or 2 take profits on this specific long trade. Rest of the trade was closed because I had my stop loss to break even. And of course, because of this push towards downside right here, I do not hold right now, at least, any long positions on Bitcoin. And also, to be honest, I did not really want to enter a new long trade yesterday because, I mean, the news were going around and also we were trading in the middle of the weekend. I was slightly more careful with entering another long trade on BTC. So right now, for complete transparency, I don't hold any long trades. I do hold approximately 10% of my short trade on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, XRP, and also Solana. So yeah, I am right now still positioned in a short trade, and I have not entered another long trade. Today, I am going to show you potentially where we can be looking for another long trade, and also potentially where we can be looking for another short trade. But the thing is, right now, for the past few days right here, we got a beautiful pump, we got a beautiful rejection back down, which it is something that I do think it was I mean, it was decided, or it was, this move down right here was definitely influenced by the news that came in the market. Now, of course, I know that some people in the comments are going to say to me, bro, you do not really trade the news. The thing is, usually the news can sure affect the price. They can accelerate because, and of course also because of the news, we can then get a bigger move down or also a bigger move up. But the thing is, if you're going to wait for the news, if you're going to be sitting on Twitter, for example, looking at, I don't know, looking at the news that are literally coming out, probably you're not going to make the best trading decisions. Why so? Because you're first of all going to be affected by emotions, and also usually looking at the news, you simply cannot really form a very solid plan, let's just say. That is why I'm only, when I trade, for example, I only pay attention to technical analysis. Sure, the news can accelerate the price, but the thing is, I don't really care what news came out at this specific area. I knew liquidity level was swept below the recent low. We broke our trend line towards the upside. I don't care about the news. Let's see if the market makers are going to be able to then push the price even higher back towards the upside. So right now, of course, we are once again testing our value area low. Very important level for us to actually hold if Bitcoin would like to continue right here even higher towards the upside. But so far, those volume levels right here, clearly you can see how nicely they have been respected. Not only at this specific level. Support, resistance. Support, some kind of resistance. Of course, the point of control right here. We reclaim the level, rotation almost exactly towards the value area high. Another push down. Reclaim the level back up. Again, Bitcoin getting a rejection at the point of control or the biggest volume cluster. So, as you probably know, I really liked paying attention to the volume levels, and we usually say if the bottom volume level right here, or maybe also the upper volume level gets broken, this one of course towards the upside, this one towards downside, it is a bearish indication or a bullish indication. And of course, when we broke the level back down, I was quite bearish, but because Bitcoin got a very nice long entry right here, that was the reason why I entered a long trade here. And of course, also, we did hit our daily high term time frame support level. I don't have the daily anymore on the chart, but it was actually this specific high term time frame daily area of support at approximately $62,800 US. Also, yesterday, we got a push down, hit the daily some kind of nicely, and then Bitcoin got another quite a significant push towards the upside. Also right here, you can clearly see how I'm trading, right? Looking for buy positions on the move down, looking for potential short trades when we are moving towards the upside. Now, guess what other people paying attention to patterns are doing? So if you traded this specific pattern, you probably got literally completely wrecked. Why so? You went with a short trade on the breakdown. I mean, was this a good short trade? You be the judge, but it really does look like that if you went with a short trade right here, you got squeezed the heck out of this specific short trade. On the other hand, then of course you got some kind of a push towards the upside. What were you doing with the positions, or what were people looking at the triangle doing with their trades? Looking for a buy trade on the breakout right here. So it clearly does look like trading patterns, especially if they look so nice, usually it doesn't really play out exactly. So that is why, sure, I am paying attention to the patterns. I do have them on the chart, but I primarily do not trade patterns. I don't look for a short trade on the breakdown. I don't look for long trades on the break towards the upside. Usually, we look for a buy trade on the move down, trying to buy low, trying to sell high. What you're doing with the breakout trades right here, you're literally doing completely opposite. selling on the way down, buying on the way up. And usually, I mean, this right here is clearly a very nice example why this usually doesn't play out exactly. And even if it does play out, you're late to the party. Longing right here versus us longing exactly at the support level at approximately 63,000 US dollars area, let's just say. So clearly, when we are pushing down, we are trying to buy low. Of course, not every single trade is going to play out, but that is not the point. The point is we are, again, trying to buy low, trying to sell high. And if you trade the patterns, if you traded this specific triangle, it probably means you were buying high and selling low, which it does actually go against a lot of different, let's just say, different strategies, because usually the best strategy is try to buy low and try to sell high. Now, that is why, again, I did have the triangle right here on the chart, but I definitely did not take any trades looking at this specific triangle. What we were paying attention to, however, was this beautiful descending channel. Exactly when Bitcoin was trading at this specific area, as you probably know, on YouTube, also I think I was posting in my free VIP Discord server right here, Bitcoin has hit the daily support level and also the bottom of the descending channel. In the video, completely for free on YouTube, of course, I shared with you what is going to be my entry trigger. We were looking for Bitcoin to take the previous low right here, took the liquidity, bounce again at this specific support level. I didn't know. The thing is, I don't know if the level is going to hold. But what I do know is at what level I'm prepared to buy. And also, of course, not only at what level we are prepared to buy, what we need to see before we enter a trade. So it was swing failure pattern at a beautiful support level. If, for example, Bitcoin right here got a swing failure pattern, small push up, and then immediate push down, I would lose money with the trade. I would get stopped out on my long position, but the thing is, I knew exactly where I'm buying, I know what I'm waiting for, and then simply execute when the opportunity does come to us. Also right now, we hit the bottom, we hit the top right here, and also right here got another quite a significant rotation back towards the downside. Now, technically speaking, looking at the descending channel right here, it usually means descending channels do have, technically speaking at least, a higher probability of breaking towards the upside. Does that mean the channel here is going to get a breakout? No. But the thing is, technically, and looking at the probabilities, we do have a higher probability of breaking the channel right here, literally straight towards the upside. Bitcoin continues higher, taking maybe even the liquidity above our recent highs right here. But again, with the entire situation in the world right now, I would say you need to be slightly more careful, expecting higher price targets. That is right now why I personally am not going to, again, as we said before, I am not really interested trading any breakouts if they are going to happen out of our descending channel. The only trades I'm looking at are long trades at the support level, short trades at the areas of resistances. But the thing is, if we do right here get another push up, very high probability Bitcoin is going to break the resistance level, because clearly you can notice one test, second test, third test, more times we test a level, higher the likelihood of a successful breakout straight towards the upside. So I do think if we are able to right here get another push up, probably we are going to break the level, probably Bitcoin is then going to get another very slight push towards the upside. But the thing is, looking at the descending channel here, it's not really tradable anymore. We knew when we hit this specific level, it was tradable. We were looking for a buy trade right here. But right now, looking at this channel, I don't really think we can really make any decisions based on this, based on those levels, where to fire another long, maybe also where to fire another short trade. And this is right now where our, again, beautiful volume levels right here are going to come in. We are going to make, again, a very simple plan. And it's very, this plan right here is so simple that I do think a lot of people are probably not really the biggest fans of this plan right here, simply because it's maybe even too simple. But there are literally, this is literally only one rule you need to follow. Pay attention to the value area low. We could actually go slightly further and go, for example, on the 30-minute time frame, go right now also with the anchored VWAP, anchored VWAP exactly this specific low. You can see perfect alignment with our volume level, value area low, and also with our anchored VWAP. So clearly, this specific level was a very important area of support. And what we said also at this specific level, below the value area low, we are bearish. Above the value area low, we are bullish. That is the only thing you need to know. Sure, there could be sometimes some deviations. For example, we get right now a very small push down and then another push towards the upside, reclaiming the level. This right here, of course, is bullish. But the thing is, if we reclaim the level, we are once again above it. The only rule I'm right now paying attention to right here on Bitcoin is, are we able to hold the value area low? If so, bullish, look for higher. If we are below it, as we are as of right now, bearish, let's look for lower. And as of right now, clearly, we are maybe even going to lose our value area low once again, and maybe even get another push towards downside. That is why later in the video, in the live stream, should I say, I'm going to talk about the Bearish Elliott wave count. I already made a hint in my free VIP Discord server earlier today, showing you this specific Bearish Elliott wave count. I do think it does have still quite a high probability of playing out, especially if we are right now going to lose our value area low right here at approximately 65,700. However, if, for example, Bitcoin right now does something like this, let me right now show you. Let me right now actually first of all show you how this bullish scenario would look like. We right now have the value area low and the anchor VWAP. Usually, as we say, the most important Fibonacci ratio is the golden pocket, right? So let's say Bitcoin hits the golden pocket. Would I fire a long trade right here? Personally, no. Why? Because we are below the value area low and we only hit the golden Fibonacci ratio. When, for example, we were below the value area low right here, we hit the daily and we also got a swing failure pattern or a liquidity grab right here at the bottom of the descending channel. Here, we do have the mid-level, if you look like that, and the golden Fibonacci ratio. But the thing is, if we are going to be looking for a long trade right here, simply I need to see something like this. Hit the level, reclaim the value area low, and here, of course, we can then enter another long trade, stop loss below the recent low, targeting another higher high. This right here is a potential buying opportunity, longing setup for Bitcoin, if, of course, we are going to be able to get a sound strength and reclaiming our value area low. But now, something that a lot of people, not only on YouTube, also on Twitter, are talking about. And I think I posted a chart about this one literally right here 9 hours ago. Bitcoin 50 exponential moving average just crossed below the 200 EMA on the 3-day time frame for the first time since 2022. Now, the first question that I have with this to you, do you think people, when they look at this specific chart right here, are going to get bullish? Or do you think other people right here are going to get bearish? I do think majority, looking at this specific chart, of course, are going to get bearish. Why? Because technically, it is a bearish cross. And also, as you can see right here, in the past, in 2022, Bitcoin got the cross right here. And then we got another push towards the downside. Only after that, we formed the low and Bitcoin got an explosion back towards another all-time high. And because of this right here, I do think the opportunity for Bitcoin getting another push down, going below our recent low right here, below 60,000 US dollars, forming the low right here, and then for us to fire a long trade. If this is going to play out, bro, I really do think it is going to be a beautiful buying opportunity. Simply because we are going to be stacking fear into pretty much the entire world. No, remember, people right here are not only right now in the extreme fear, because of course this crypto fear and greed index is right now very, very low. In terms of the news, they're already very, very fearful, looking for another major push down. Not only that, looking at this specific chart, guess what? They are also probably going to be very, very bearish, and that is why, guess how many people are probably going to be buying at this specific area if the opportunity is going to be offered to us. I really don't think a lot of people. That is why, if Bitcoin right here does get another push down, I mean, to be honest, I really do think a beautiful buying opportunity, similarly as in 2022 right here, could potentially be offered to us. And that is right now why I want to talk about the bearish scenario, something I already mentioned in my free VIP Discord server earlier today. I said bearish scenario I'm looking at on Bitcoin. Not saying this will play out, but if we get another dump, this is the most likely outcome right here. So right now, as we said before, we don't have to guess up, down, left, right. The only level I'm paying attention to is the value area low. If this specific level gets reclaimed, happy days for Bitcoin, let's look for higher. But right now, clearly, we are below the level, right? So technically speaking, it is a bearish indication already, especially if our 4-hourly, 2-hourly, 1-hourly candles right here are going to start closing below this specific area. So far, the price action here doesn't really look impulsive. So you can clearly see it does look kind of corrective, very, very choppy price action. But why so? Because we are trading in the middle of the weekend. That is probably why this right here is right now happening. But I would say, if, for example, tomorrow morning, some crazy news are going to come out, I do think our bearish scenario right here could potentially play out. So let's try to talk about this exact scenario, because I do think it very nicely aligns with literally everything we have been talking about for the past few months, pretty much. So what we are right now going to do, let me remove everything from the chart here so we have a beautiful clean chart. As you probably know, we have been paying attention to right here a 5-wave price structure towards downside. So we have been saying this right here can be an impulse. This is a correction. Impulse, this right here is the end potentially of the correction right here of the 4th Elliott wave. And right now, if we do get another push down, we are looking right here for the finished 5th Elliott wave. In our previous live stream 1 week ago, I talked about this triangle, right? I was saying to you, the 4th wave can be right here, looking for a push down. Clearly, it did not play out. So that is why, of course, we can right now adjust our bearish Elliott wave count right here slightly. This right here is probably some kind of a complex correction, WXY, whatever this is. I don't really want to count it. It doesn't really matter in my opinion. The thing is, if we are below the value area low, which it looks like right now we are, unless we reclaim it in the upcoming hours, this right here, and another push down, in my opinion, currently is the next most likely scenario. So what is the target of the 3rd one, the 4th one, and then also the 5th one? So I do have right here some beautiful targets for me to share with you. And yeah, I mean, they do align beautifully with some other levels. So what we need to do for us to get the target of the 3rd Elliott wave, the 3rd Elliott wave of the 5th bigger Elliott wave, if you look like that. Fibonacci extension from the high right here, back towards the low, back towards our high. 1-to-1, no, not 1-to-1. We need to go with 1.618 Fibonacci extension here. And the level is going to come in at approximately 87. If you go with the log scale, literally, not 87, 57,500 US dollars. So this level coming in below our recent low. If you go without the log scale, the level is coming in at approximately 57,000 US dollar area. Now, there are different ways for us to talk about the target of the 5th Elliott wave. So what we also need to do right here, Fibonacci extension, again, from the high, back towards the low right here, putting the 3rd pivot at the start of the potential 5th Elliott wave, going with our 1-to-1 Fibonacci. So using no log scale, target comes in at 59,200. Going with the log scale, the target, it looks like it has already been hit. But usually for our 5th one here, you definitely want to see the previous low to be taken. So that is right now why I'm going to leave leave those targets right here on the chart without the log scale. Also right now, what we need to do, Fibonacci retracement from the low here back towards the high. And also going with Fibonacci expansions, you can notice 1.236 Fibonacci expansion level right here, 56,900 US dollar area. So it does look like that at this specific zone, we do have a beautiful zone of support, not support, but I would say more of a zone of price targets looking right now at our Fibonacci extension levels. Now, the 1.618 Fibonacci extension right here, I do think is going to be only the target of the 3rd Elliott wave right here. So the 5th Elliott wave, probably what is going to happen. It happens almost every single time, and it's also something that we traded only a few days ago. So remember our trading setup right here, this one right here. We took the liquidity below the recent low. We then broke our trendline area of resistance straight towards the upside. So that is why right now, if we start moving down, if Bitcoin is right now going to go impulsively lower, we are of course looking for our 1-to-1, maybe even 1.618. So that is why you can be paying attention to this. You get 1, 2, you get 3, which is usually the impulsive move. You get then the 4th Elliott wave right here, some kind of an ABC correction, maybe even reclaiming the recent low. Then another push down here, take the liquidity, pump it towards the upside. Literally exactly what we got right here only a few days ago. if something like this is going to happen, bro, I am very sure we can be looking for quite a nice long or a buy trade exactly at this specific area. Now, I don't know exactly where the bottom is going to be, of course, but the thing is, the major price targets are coming in below the recent low. If we go right now with high term time frame levels here, 58, 57, maybe even 55, maybe even 52,000 US dollars. But the most important thing is we are going to be paying attention to the 5-wave price structure, the one that, of course, I posted right here. Once the 5-wave price structure is finished, we can then potentially look to fire another major long or buy trade. But I would say the moment we take out this specific low, looking for only buy trades is probably going to be our best bet. Again, people are going to be scared because of the news. People are going to be scared because, yeah, I mean, we are getting right now a bearish cross right here with the 50 and 200 EMA. And also, of course, people are probably not going to be brave enough for them to actually be buying the dip right here at approximately this specific region. We have right now the plan. I don't know if it's going to play out, but I do know for sure if we do go right here towards those specific areas, the only trades I'm going to look for are not shorts, but only long or buy trades. That is right now why I would really appreciate if you're right to smash up the like button right here, because 1,000 likes are really possible. Of course, you can also subscribe to the channel. If you want, you can also join my free VIP Discord server right here. But the thing is, our plan right here, I do think it's actually quite a nice one, because especially right now, if Bitcoin is going to lose our value area low right here, quite a significant support level is going to get lost. Not only because it's actually our volume level, but also if you go on the 1 hourly, for example, or actually if we go with the line chart to simplify everything, let's go on the 2 hourly actually. You can see how nicely this specific zone has been respected. Again, I'm not looking right now what is happening right now, connecting all of our recent highs and lows here. I mean, you be the judge, but it does look like this specific area, it's quite an important one, right? Resistance, support, 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 resistance, resistance, support. And right now, if we lose the level, I mean, again, bearish Bitcoin indication. So for Bitcoin right now, for me to get more bullish, reclaiming the level as soon as possible is really the requirement for me to then potentially also enter another long trade here. But at least as right now, clearly we are below the area of support. So let's see what is going to happen right here. I don't have right now my entire hope left for Bitcoin to go higher. Of course not. But the thing is, so far, of course, I only trade and look at the data as objectively as possible. Are we below or above the level? It's literally yes or no question. So if you right now can see that Bitcoin is below the level, why would you try to fire a new long trade? Because losing the value area low right here is a sign of weakness. And longing on the sign of weakness, especially if we don't really have any crazy support levels below us, I don't think is the smartest idea. If you maybe disagree with me, I definitely would like to see your price prediction. Maybe you can post it in my free VIP Discord server. You can maybe also say in the chat right here, what is your most likely outcome right here. But the thing is, below the value area low, bearish, above the value area low, bullish indication for Bitcoin. Now, let me also talk about liquidity, because something that we are going to talk about right now is something that I don't really think a lot of people talk about and mention on Twitter and also on YouTube. And those are, of course, liquidity levels that always almost get taken. So we can be right here on the 4 hourly, or actually, no, let's go on the 12 hourly time frame, actually. So we can talk about some bigger levels. I'm going to mark out some major liquidity levels. This one, of course, it's quite, I mean, pretty much the most important one. We have also right here, another one, and also right here. So clearly, we have 3 liquidity levels below us. On the other hand, Bitcoin does have lower highs right here. But the thing is, about this specific high was the liquidity grab above this high. I would still mark it right here, but the thing is, it's a liquidity level. Then, of course, we have another one, and then also another one right here. One could also say right here, another liquidity level. In my opinion, the more important ones are the ones below the recent low. Why so? Because when we zoom out on, let's just say, daily time frame, this low right here is much more of a significant one because we were dumping we were dumping right here significantly down. When we were pumping right here towards the upside, of course, the highs were more important. But also the thing is, this low definitely still remained very important when Bitcoin got this push up. Why so? Because usually the liquidity gets taken. So let me right now actually remove all of our levels here, all of those liquidity levels, because I want to go into the historical price action to talk about liquidity. We took the liquidity clearly, this right here was not a liquidity grab, but we broke the low right here. We formed higher lows right here, we broke them, we took the liquidity below all of them pretty much. Also right here, we formed a significant low after a major dump. What happened next? We tried to get a liquidity grab, but then we literally got another major push down. On the push towards the upside, when Bitcoin was pumping here, we formed a significant high. Took the high, dump it down. Again, this right here also formed a high, liquidity grab, dump it down. Right here, below the recent lows, we formed a significant low right here, took the liquidity, push up. Took the liquidity, push up. Right here, when we got a pump right here, took the liquidity, only then we experienced a bigger push back towards downside. So again, usually liquidity gets taken. And that is right now one also of many reasons why, ideally, of course, here, we are looking for another push down below the recent low right here, below 60K. People get scared. People, of course, are going to be afraid of buying. Most probably they are... the thing is, I actually have talked with some of my friends. Some, of course, do know cryptocurrencies very well. But the thing is, some of them, I know that they are just like more of a people that don't really pay attention that much to the price. And some of them ask me, bro, do you think the bottom is right now in? Do you think it's worth holding right here? Or do you think that I should sell? And clearly you can right to see the retail mentality. Looking to sell here. Bro, why the heck would you sell after Bitcoin has gotten a push down of approximately 52%? The only two things, not only two, the only one thing I would be doing right here is buying. I would not be selling right here. I definitely also would not be doing anything right here because in my opinion, after such a major push down, even though we can go lower right here, the thing is, the only thing in my opinion worth doing is of course buying. That is what I'm telling to you. Looking for sell trades right here, looking for, or maybe even not doing anything, not risking anything right here, I don't think it's also not really going to be the smartest idea. Because when you want to risk the most is literally when everyone is scared, when everyone is afraid, when everyone also right now is expecting that Bitcoin is not going to bottom out right here because of the news of the things that are right now happening in the world, of course. So, and also, of course, people are losing patience. That is, of course, also another thing that human emotion, after such a long period of time of consolidation, are right now doing. So people, again, fearful, scared of buying the dip, and also losing patience. So, of course, if you are right now watching this specific live stream, I do think that potentially you do have quite a nice opportunity offered to you in the upcoming days, especially if Bitcoin is going to get another push down. That is why market makers are buying bearish on spot. Oh, okay, interesting. Dezex, welcome to the stream, man. Okay, so you're right now saying market makers are buying, which is a bearish signal for BTC. I mean, if they're buying right here, and if this right here is a bearish indication, bro, I really do think that looking for another push down below the $60,000 and then for us to have a beautiful buying opportunity, I mean, that would be very, very nice. Thanks for the live stream, my guy. You are welcome. Of course, we are not even done yet because I do have a lot of different things ready for you right now. And the first one that I'm going to show you is not going to be the MACD and the RSI indicator, but actually, let's go with the Achler Stochastic CG Oscillator. This indicator right here, in my opinion, is one of the best indicators you can pay attention to. Look right now on the 4-hourly. Now, this indicator, don't trade it, do not trade it blindly. Usually, I only pay attention when we form a double bottom, or maybe also a double top on the indicator. I don't pay attention to them once we have, for example, the flat line here. I don't really trade that, but the thing is, when you do get a double bottom or a double top, bearish or a bullish indication, you got right here, double bottom pattern. At the daily support level, you got a rotation back up. But what I want to show you right now is on a much higher time frame. First, let's go on the daily. Daily, after forming a double top here, we got a small push down. We are right now being in the overbought area. So technically, being overbought, it is slightly more of a bearish indication, of course. But again, I don't trade this. So looking right now at the daily, we are trying to go in the overbought area. On the weekly, we are oversold. So I'm going to right now mark out the levels, I mean, pretty much historical price action when we hit those oversold areas. It was happening, or actually it is happening right now here. Probably tomorrow we are going to go even lower here on the Athlers, but yeah, we are right now oversold. We went oversold right here. Kind of bottom on Bitcoin, got a push up. Right here, oversold, we got another push up. Oversold right here. We got a small push up, but overall we got a push towards downside. Double bottom here. The bottom for Bitcoin, pump it towards the upside. So if you do see a double bottom on the weekly, I mean, you be the judge. But it really does look like it is a major buying opportunity. So right now, we are oversold. Usually a good thing, usually a good sign. Doesn't mean go all in right now, because as we said before, ideally we would still like slightly lower targets on Bitcoin. But also on the weekly right now, we are oversold. On the monthly time frame, let me actually go on the Bitstamp chart so we have slightly more data. I'm going to go with the log scale and mark out the historical price action. Oversold right now. Oversold right here. Oversold, I mean, this right here, of course, was flat, but let's say we went in the oversold area approximately right here. You bought almost the exact bottom. Oversold right here. You bought almost the exact top. Oversold right here. You bought almost the exact bottom. Oversold right here. I mean, we got a push down here and then a reversal. So again, it's not perfect. If you do get a double bottom pattern, however, major buying opportunity. And then, of course, usually we explode towards the upside. So generally speaking, not 100%, but I'm just saying that when we combine this specific indication on the Ethereum stochastic with other indications, we can talk about high probability that the bottom is close or close or maybe even in right now. I don't think it is in because of the liquidity, of course, but looking right now at this specific indicator, it is quite an interesting one, let's just say. Also, let's go not only with the Athlers, I want to go with the RSI and MACD indicator. Let's go first of all with RSI. RSI on the daily, as you probably know if you watched my video from, I think, 2 days ago, I showed you we are getting a hidden bearish divergence. So on this one, you got higher highs. On the Bitcoin chart, you got lower highs. Hidden bearish divergence, nothing special here. Bearish indication Bitcoin, it means continuation of the downtrend right here is slightly more likely, which right now, of course, we are getting. On the other hand, let's go on the weekly. This, what we are getting on the weekly is, you be the judge, but bro, like, when you get this in a combination with the news that are right now coming in the market, again, I do think buying opportunities can be offered to us. Beautiful buying opportunities can be offered to us in the upcoming days. Maybe even in this week, right? So got oversold area, oops, not this one. Oversold area right here, oversold area right here. Literally also oversold area right here. Every single time we hit the oversold area, you bought... Not the, I mean, sometimes it was the exact bottom, but you definitely bought at a beautiful level. Right here, we went slightly lower. I would agree with you, but, I mean, buying at $20,000, I mean, if you look like that, was also a beautiful buying opportunity. So looking right now at the RSI indicator, I'm not making things up. Looking at the data as objectively as possible, it does look like we are oversold once again. And it doesn't happen often. Last time it happened, 2022. 4 years ago, we went oversold on the RSI. Previous one right here, again, 4 years ago. Right here, 4 years ago. So it does look like this right here, the RSI going in the oversold area, happens, let's just say, 4 years apart. And that is why right now we are in the oversold area. I'm not saying the bottom is in. I'm not saying we cannot go to, I don't know, 20,000, 10,000 US dollars maybe even. But looking at this, buying once the RSI is oversold, usually it can be a beautiful buying opportunity. And that is why I really don't want you to be scared looking right now the price action. We are going lower, sure. We could still go much lower, for example, Bitcoin, as we said before, below 60,000. But areas below 60K, in my opinion, can be beautiful buying opportunities. Again, we have literally a super simple plan for us to follow right now. Go with the volume indicator, measure the entire price action here, and say to yourself, very simple rule to follow, is that below the volume level right here, we are bearish. Above the volume level, we are bullish. No, I mean, you don't have to right here overcomplicate anything. Look right now only at the volume. It is, in my opinion, the most important indication you need to right to be doing. Because, for example, if Bitcoin goes right now lower, we hit the golden pocket, then push towards the upside, go above the value area low. I'm going to be buying right here. I'm not going to be scared and say to myself, bro, we need to get a push down with 100% accuracy. Of course not, right? The thing is, we can go up, we can go down. In terms of the probability, I would say lower targets are more possible. But the thing is, I still want to fire a long trade if the opportunity is offered to us. Stop loss below the recent low. Worst case scenario, I lose this specific trade. But of course, if you look like that, if I lose this trade right here, I'm going to then look for another long trade, much lower, which simply means another beautiful buying opportunity is in this scenario going to be offered to us. That is, of course, why if you want to trade with us, you can get some beautiful bonuses with the links down below. You register, you deposit, you're going to get some beautiful rewards right here. Also, I would appreciate if you smash up the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Let me right now look at the chat a little bit right here, because I'm just curious to see what you're right to saying about Bitcoin, about the entire crypto market. And then also, I want to go with, of course, I can show you my trading bots right here, which currently they are not performing very, very well. Of course, because Bitcoin is dropping. The thing is, if you would be buying Solana spot, XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin spot, probably you would also be in a negative return. The most important thing is, those bots right here are not getting scared as the majority of the people looking right now at Bitcoin, looking right now at the entire crypto market. So no emotions is usually also a very good thing. That is why I keep those bots running. And yeah, if we do get, or when we do get a bounce towards the upside, those bots probably, because they're going to load up on the dip, they're then going to be taking the profits for me on the move towards the upside. Let me look at the chat and then we go through Ethereum. We also need to go through XRP. If you're going to buy spot and not sell, wait for 50,000 and dollar cost average. I do think this right here is also a good idea. Buying right here, and the lower we go, buying then even more. For example, if you have, I don't know, $1,000, $10,000, for example, for you to deploy in the market. For example, right now, you could deploy, I don't know, let's say you deploy $3,000. Then we drop below $60,000, you deploy another, I don't know, $5,000, and we go even lower, you deploy another 2,000, right? So you can literally dollar cost average, but I would say lower we go, more you should be deploying. Because usually, I mean, then of course you're going to get your average price as low as possible. But dollar cost averaging right here, I do think it's a smart idea. Will it bounce immediately if it hit the low? I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think the liquidity grab below the recent low right here is going to play out that nicely. And the reason for that is because it's a significant low. And also, ideally, of course, we would like the 5-wave price structure to be finished down. I don't think it's going to bounce immediately. But if it does bounce immediately, of course, you could still look for some kind of a swing failure pattern trade. But I do think we are going to get something like this. We get, for example, as we said before, we get right here another push down below the 60,000 US dollar area. For example, we get a push down, right? Bounce towards the upside, another push down to shake out even more people, and then we get a bounce right here back towards the upside. I do think swing failure pattern of the brand new low that could be formed right here, it's quite likely. Not saying it is going to happen, but if it does happen, definitely could be. I mean, this is definitely the ultimate buying opportunity because you can then literally buy the exact bottom. Don't you think catching a falling knife is high risk? Yes, catching a falling knife is definitely a very high risk, but I'm not going to try and catch the exact bottom, right? As I said, I mean, I am going to try and catch the exact bottom, but I'm going to enter it once we get a liquidity grab of the recent low. Literally, what we got right here. So, what we got with our previous trade. We got a push down. One could say it was a falling knife, whatever this was. Take the liquidity below the recent low, then you enter a trade on a successful liquidity grab. You can also wait for some kind of a breakout above the trendline area of resistance. But yeah, like waiting for push down, then another push down for us to take the liquidity and for us to stop out the early buyers, and then we get a reversal. Then simply stop loss once we start moving towards the upside to break even. No more risk on the table. You bought the exact bottom probably, and then we can go from there. Okay, let's see. It goes more down or not anyway. This price now is awesome. Half from all-time high. I buy every day. I do think buying at those areas, bro, it's quite a smart idea. Not saying you're buying the exact bottom, but you're buying at quite a good price. And look right now in the very far future. Let's just say you're right now buying, I don't know, let's say you have 1 Bitcoin, right? In the future, let's say 10 years from now, probably Bitcoin is going to be, I don't know, like 500,000, maybe even $1 million US, right? And having 1 Bitcoin, I do think could be a very nice, very good financial decision, let's just say. Of course, some people are saying Bitcoin is going to go to 0. People are saying that crypto is it's just a bubble, right? The thing is, overall speaking, looking again at the data, historically speaking, we are going up and up only. Yes, you are getting bear markets for 1 year. And also, of course, people say crypto is risky. Sure, it is risky, but the thing is, usually we are going up and up and up. And buying on the dip, usually it is quite a smart idea, right? So that is why buying, keep stacking sats, I do think it's quite a good strategy. Okay, now let's talk about XRP first, and then we go through Ethereum. Because, yeah, I mean, XRP here got a rejection at our daily high term time frame area of resistance. Right now for XRP, I would say like that. When you measure right now this local price action with volume, you can see that we are currently testing the value area low. When you go on the daily time frame, you can of course notice that we are still trading in a significant horizontal range. And if you measure the volume of the range, we are of course breaking all of our volume levels here. So actually, I'm going to remove all our daily levels for now from the chart. I'm going to no, actually I'm going to just hide them like this. With XRP losing the value area low, bearish indication. The exact same thing as on Bitcoin, right? If we are above the value area low, bullish, below the value area low, bearish indication. So with XRP, the exact same story. It could potentially happen that we hit our golden Fibonacci ratio here, we hit the golden pocket, then reclaim the value area low, bullish indication. We could be looking for a long trade, stop below the recent low, and then looking for higher targets. Very, very simple. I'm not going to overcomplicate things because, again, above the value area low bullish, below the value area low bearish. Right now, below the value area low, I personally would not be buying here. If we hit the golden pocket here, then get a reaction back up, sure, we could be looking for a buy, but I'm just not going to trying to be the hero and to actually buy here, especially knowing that we are getting some kind of a sign of weakness because we are below the value area low. The exact same thing right now on Ethereum. Ethereum actually, it does have even better Elliott wave price structure in my opinion, but I'm going to show you how the bearish Elliott wave count here is going to look like. Why I really do like Ethereum price action right now, because it looks like with the pump here, we took the previous high. We took the liquidity above this one by a very small margin, but the liquidity was taken, right? So we could say potentially, I'm just going to right now hide the... This one is, which one is this? Let's see. Yeah, this is the liquidity level. So I'm going to have, I'm going to put those two levels. Actually, let's go with those two. I'm going to put them out of the folder real quick and have, oops, not like this. I'm going to have them in the folder saying, come on, okay. Potential bottom. Let's just say like that. Potential bottom. Let me hide them. Let's go on the 1 hourly. For Ethereum, look at this. Very similar to Bitcoin. Potentially could be impulsive move, correction. Right now looking for the third one, fourth one, fifth one. And the fifth one ideally finishes right here, approximately at 1,500, 1,400, maybe 1,382 right here. But yeah, ideally I'm looking right here for us to finish the 5-wave price structure, exactly the same as on Bitcoin, and then we start moving up. once Ethereum hits those targets, of course, if they do get hit, I mean, very similarly to Bitcoin, we could be looking for a major long or a buy trade. So Ethereum, very simple because it does follow Bitcoin very, very nicely. If you measure the local price action here with volume, we are also below the value area low already right now. So, I mean, Ethereum, it just looks like slightly cleaner alley to account, let's just say. Because clearly, we got right here a beautiful pump, beautiful rejection, and that is why, because we got also the liquidity grab above this specific high, I would say, looking for the count we have right now, right here, this makes quite a lot of sense, unless, as we said before, we start reclaiming the value area low. If this happens, bullish indication, I'm going to try and go with a long trade. But yeah, at least as of right now, we are below the value area low. And I mean, if we go below the low right here, below 1,755 US dollars, like beautiful levels are going to get hit. XRP, the ultimate target is this level right here, $1. It's a psychological level, so I'm really looking for some major long trades if those targets right here are going to get hit. Not saying they will get hit, and that is why in tomorrow's video, actually, I'm going to talk about a bullish scenario for Bitcoin. If, for example, right here, we are going to get the reclaim of the level and continuation towards the upside. That is why tomorrow, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Also, of course, you can like the video. And make sure you subscribe because I am going to talk about a bullish scenario. Today's live stream was actually quite a bearish one. I outlined the entire bearish plan. But again, if we go above the value area low after hitting the gold pocket, I would be looking for a potential buy. But yeah, we are going to talk about a bullish scenario on tomorrow's video. So definitely stay tuned for that. Let's see. Losing value area lows in daily time frame candle. Due to wait right on 4 hours is enough to be sure we are going down or up. Thank you. I would say, yeah, the higher the time frame, the bigger the signal, I just say. So if you close the daily candle below the value area low, it's a much stronger indication, much more of a bearish indication than, for example, on the 4 hourly. But the thing is, for trading, I wouldn't wait for the daily close. I would go with the 1 hourly, 2 hourly, maybe 4 hourly. But or also you can go with the 30-minute actually. But I wouldn't be waiting for the daily for trades. So yeah, no picture. Prediction markets a drag on Bitcoin. I mean, I don't think, like, yeah, sure they can impact the price, but I don't think they are moving the price. So like in terms of they are actually saying we are right now going up for, I don't know, 1 day, we are then going down for 1 day. They can have an impact on the price, but I don't think they are really moving the price to that extent that are actually I mean, how would I say that? Yeah, they can impact the price. Let's just say like that. Similarly as news, yeah. I think they are manipulating all the people, thinking of all people going down, but this time it would go up. So no one could bet to go up, or maybe there's a little. I mean, this is also a very good and something I was thinking about, that maybe the bottom is right now in, because right now everyone thinks we are going to dump. I would agree with you on this one. But there is just a problem of liquidity, which ideally gets swept out, right? So that is why, ideally, I'm not saying it is going to happen. That is why, also, as I said before to you, I'm going to try and long if potentially we are going to start going above the value area low right here. Ideally, first we hit the golden Fibonacci ratio and then go higher. But yeah, I am going to look to fire another long trade if we don't move lower, right? So it's very, very simple. Yeah, sure, I can lose the trade if we then dump, but the thing is, I don't want to be on the sidelines in a case we are going to pump. So I do have a plan, pretty much everything we talked about on today's live stream, if we go up or if we go down. Above the value area low, I'm bullish, looking for another long or buy trade. Very, very simple logic. I'm not overcomplicating things right here. So I really do hope that, yeah, I tried to outline my plan as clearly as possible. Let's see. Use the 1 minute time frame if you want to time it, descending or ascending triangles if you know how bearish or bull. I mean, one minute time frame is the one that I personally don't really like. When you are entering trades, personally, I'm using 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, maybe 4 hour. I wouldn't go below 30 minutes to be honest, because below 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, I do think it's actually very, very low time frame, and they do not really give that stronger indication. And usually 30 minutes, it's actually quite a good one. Also 1 hourly, but I wouldn't go below 30 minutes for sure, because it's just those lower time frames are usually used by scalpers, and personally I'm not a scalper. I usually swing trade, right? So I do prefer higher time frames. Last thing, based on your experience, where do you predict the market it is going down? Like to 60k level soon? Bro, we literally analyzed the entire market right now on the entire live stream. So I would suggest you to rewatch the live, because I really tried to explain everything. What is Solana bearish price target? Solana's bearish price target, I do think I mentioned it once on the live stream. But if we go lower here, and this, I mean, if we are going to extend our C Elliott wave for our bigger ABC correction, then I'm looking for 54 US dollars or 51, approximately this area, liquidity and the one-to-one. Then we potentially get the bottom here, and then we pump it towards the upside. This right here, if we go lower, is a beautiful target for Solana, where, yeah, I am going to look for some beautiful buying positions if the opportunity is offered to us. If not, I mean, also right here, if we go higher, value area lows gets reclaimed, I can also look for another long trade. So it's a win-win. We are looking for brand new trades right now. I'm not looking for any shorts, as you can see right here. I will look for short trades if we do get a push up. But right now, we are clearly getting a push down here. And that is why, primarily, I'm more interested to fire another long trade. That is right now why I really do hope you enjoyed today's cryptocurrency live stream. If you did enjoy it, simply click the like button right here, subscribe to the channel, because tomorrow, of course, I'm going to make another video, and if we start moving higher, I definitely want to talk about a bullish scenario as well. If you want to trade with us, you can also join our free VIP Discord server with the links down below in the description. But with it being said, thank you for watching, everyone. See you tomorrow, and of course, peace out.
Vitalik, clapping, Vitalik, impressed, happy and clapping, Vitalik is impressed. Vitalik clapping, 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 clapping.